Welcome to the first video of 2025. I really hope you enjoyed your holidays, but now, as I always do, I'm gonna share my style, wardrobe and wishlist plans for the new year's. And then also, because we reached 20,000 subscribers this year, I want to do a special Q&A at the second part of the video. So I'm gonna be answering all of your questions, the personal ones, the style ones, the decluttering ones, all of that. So without further ado, let's get started. Like I said, we're gonna kick things off with my style plans for the year. And this year, I think I'm gonna see a lot of changes, both in my personal style and also in my capsule wardrobe, because to be honest, the previous year, I just wasn't feeling my style. Something felt off all of the time. And I think I finally figured it out. So I'm gonna make appropriate changes in the new year. But first thing that I wanna do, my first plan is to finish tracking my capsule wardrobe for fall and winter, which should be done, I think, in the middle of April. And that is gonna give me extra data, which I can then use to improve my style even further. But that's step number one. And then step number two is to do a good ruthless declutter, I think in April or in May. Once I have all of the extra data, I'm gonna go into my wardrobe and really be honest with myself, because I feel I have so many pieces that I'm just not feeling anymore. Even though I loved them in the past, they're just not my vibe, my style anymore. And then the third thing that I'm gonna do is I'm gonna add more pieces to my capsule wardrobe. I'm not gonna go overboard, but I just wanna have a different style in my wardrobe, because what I've noticed in the past year is that most of my outfits are very, very fitted. And apparently in the last year, I grew out of it. In the past, if you watch this channel for a while, you know that I love to wear everything fitted. And that is something that I felt absolutely amazing in. But now for some reason, I don't know if I'm growing up or because styles are changing, I'm not sure what is going on, but I don't feel my best in everything fitted anymore. I feel outdated. I feel a little bit too exposed, in a sense, like my body is too revealed in a way. And I just want to change that. And what I want to do is create more balance in my outfit. So if I'm wearing a fitted bottom, I want to wear something that it's a little bit oversized at the top. Or if I'm wearing a fitted top, I want to wear something a little bit looser at the bottom. I still love the all fitted look, don't get me wrong, but for me, I don't think it's something that I want to dress in every single day. So that's the biggest change that I'm going to be making in my style. Of course, when I get new data for my tracking capsule wardrobe, I'm going to adjust my shopping even more, but that's pretty much the main plan for my capsule wardrobe. I also realized that a lot of pieces in my capsule wardrobe that I have, I can wear for a very specific either occasion or very specific weather situation. So I'm gonna declutter a lot of those pieces out of my wardrobe and maybe replace them with something that it's a lot more versatile, that I can wear in a lot more seasons and all of that. So these are pretty much my style plans for 2025. And with all of this being said, I can now make a wish list for 2025. But first, I'm gonna show you the wish list for 2024. As you can see, everything that is checked off, I managed to buy. And the first thing that I'm gonna do is I'm just gonna delete all of that because I don't need it anymore. Of course, we're gonna make a change in the number. And now I can go through everything. Things that are left from 2024, I have the coral check scarf, which I'm gonna leave as it is. I have the gold watch. This is absolutely high priority and I'm gonna buy it soon. It's gonna stay. Light wash bootcut jeans, they're also gonna stay, very important. Layered black midi skirt, also gonna stay. Black pumps, also gonna stay. And also I added a snooty, which I'm not sure if it's the right word, but pretty much what I've seen people wearing is a scarf and a hoodie combo. I'm gonna try to show you a picture of this if I can, but pretty much the reason I want to get this is because my wool coats don't have a hoodie and sometimes that's very necessary. So when I saw this, I was like, this is amazing. I'm gonna add it to my list and then I'm gonna see if I like it or not. Then for my medium priority, what I have are beige shorts, which I'm gonna continue looking. The beach bag, I'm also gonna continue looking. Nude flats, also gonna continue looking. Light neutral flat over the knee boots, also gonna continue looking. And then a shirt dress, it's also gonna stay. But what I wanna add in here is, oh, we have Bali. I don't know if you can see him, but he said hello. But what I wanna add here is some kind of oversized jumpers, roll neck jumpers. I think those are really cute. I can wear them with my leather pants, with my skinny jeans, and I can have that balanced look. So I'm just gonna say oversized roll neck. And I would say any kind of camo, beige or black color, it's gonna look amazing. And then I will also start looking for a leather skirt because my current faux leather skirt is falling apart. I pretty much need to declutter it, so I'm just gonna get ahead of this one and start looking for a new one. And of course I'm gonna go for something that is high waist, but then for the length it can be mini or also midi length. I'm okay with both. And then when it comes to color, I'm gonna start looking for black, but then I'm also open to other variations, maybe camel color, maybe burgundy, something that is just a little bit different. But yeah, I think the black is a safe option, but I'm gonna also try other colors as well to see if I like anything. And now if I continue with low priority, I have leather shorts that are a bit longer here, which I don't really think that I'm excited about this anymore, so I'm just gonna delete them off my list. But maybe I can write down black long shorts, something that it's just a little bit relaxed. Currently I have black fitted shorts, they're kind of denim material, but in the future I want to have something a little bit more elegant, something that it's a little bit longer that I can wear also in the summer and in the winter. So I'm just gonna say black long shorts, and I know what that means. Then I'm gonna keep colorful cropped tees and camis because if I find something cute, I'm gonna get it. For my bracelets and necklaces, I'm gonna keep them, but one big change that happened in my jewelry collection is that I decluttered the gold bangle. I pretty much returned it to the store and I got my money back because I didn't find anything that I liked, so we just made that transaction. So what I'm gonna do, I'm gonna go to high priority and I'm gonna add gold bangle to my wish list because, like I said, I returned the one that I had. And then in my low priority, the bracelets and necklaces for layering, they can stay. Again, if I find anything cute, I'm open to getting it. Then I have the sparkly ring for the other hand. Honestly, I don't think it needs to be sparkly. I prefer metal, so I'm just gonna say rings for layering. Then for the black coated jeans, again, something I'm no longer excited about, so I'm gonna delete them. And then the tan beige blazer can stay and the beige camel petticoat can also stay. And then I also have makeup and beauty wishes, which I just have a hair mask on here, nothing else, but I'm not gonna do that today. But everything else on my wish list you can see. And this is how I'm gonna leave it for now. But then once I do my wardrobe declutter, we can go in here again and I can update it even more because I'm gonna have a lot more useful data back then. But for now, this is gonna be my new wish list. And now that we covered all of my plans for 2025, we can go into the Q&A portion of the video. And here I'm gonna be answering some content questions because I have some plans for 2025 I want to share. Then I have style and decluttering questions, and lastly, my personal questions. So I'm gonna cover everything, but before I do, also a quick reminder that if you're enjoying this video, that you give it a thumbs up. Thank you. We're gonna start strong with some content questions because I have loads of plans for 2025. If you've been here for the last 4 years, you've seen a lot of changes on my YouTube channel. I started with minimalist how-to videos and then I realized that I want to do fashion as well, so I started talking about that. Then I started talking about capsule wardrobes, and at the end I also decided that I want to start vlogging. So I tried a lot of different things throughout the years, and this gave me so much valuable data that I now actually have perfect clarity for 2025, which, to be honest, for the last 4 years, I was always kind of unsure what to post, what to do. I wasn't sure what you're gonna like, what I'm gonna like. And now that I tried so many different things, I feel I kind of got a sense of direction finally. Pretty much what I realized is that my passion lies with minimalist approach to fashion and beauty and capsule wardrobe and style and all of that. So that is gonna be my bread and butter for 2025, my main focus of the channel, because even though I enjoyed the lifestyle vlogs that I was doing, I just wasn't super passionate about them, if that makes sense. So from now on, I want to really focus on things that I'm most excited about. And then what I also realized when it comes to the format of the videos, that I love both sit down videos when I'm talking like this, and then also more relaxed vloggy videos. In the past, I always believed that I have to pick between the two, and then when I pick one, I have to stick with it. But whenever I pick one and stick to it, I feel like I'm missing on something, and then I want to do the other format, and then I go back and forth. So what I realized realized for 2025 is I'm gonna do both. It depends what I'm doing. If I'm decluttering my closet, of course I'm gonna do a relaxed vloggy video. But if I'm talking about tips or mistakes or anything that it's kind of how-to informational video, I'm gonna sit down and talk to you because it makes the most sense. Oh, and also in 2025, I forgot to mention is I'm gonna hire an editor to help me edit my YouTube videos, because I was always torn in the past. I think for the last year, I was always debating, I want to do high quality edited videos that I really love, that I really enjoy, but those are so time consuming. And then I have to pick, do I want to have highly edited videos or do I want to have more quantity? And to be honest, I want both. So in 2025, I'm gonna really hone into my personal editing style, and I'm gonna continue editing some videos, but then I'm also gonna get some help so I can get the volume that I want. I really think for me, somewhere between 4 to 6 videos a month is my sweet spot. That is something that I want to do in the future. So that's another change that is coming, and yeah, hopefully it's gonna work out. I'm gonna have to find someone amazing, and yeah, I'm a little bit nervous about that, but at the same time, it's very exciting. Another thing that I forgot to mention, I hope you don't mind, is in 2025, I'm gonna be refilming some of my old videos, because some of these videos I made 3-4 years ago and delivery is not the best, and also I felt like I didn't go deep enough. So if you're gonna see some similar video titles, don't be afraid. I'm intentionally doing that, but I'm not gonna keep the content the same. I'm gonna go deeper, I'm gonna add things, I'm gonna elevate my content. So in 2025, I also wanna redo a lot of my older videos because I think the topic is amazing, and at that point I did my best, but right now I can do so much better and help even more. I think that's it for my content plans, for the channel update. And also I wanted to let you know that if you like a particular video, let me know, because when you like the video, when you comment, this gives me so much valuable information, and I can know which videos you enjoy, and I can make more of those in the future. And also if you have any wishes or suggestions for the content, also leave a comment, because that's super helpful for me, and yeah, I can make more videos that you like. And now to the second question, did I plan my YouTube channel? In short, yes, I planned my YouTube channel because I had a wish for a really long time. So when I decided to do it, I wanted to do it properly. And then long story is that the first time that I wanted to create my YouTube channel is in 2015, while I was still living in the UK. When I started decluttering my walk-in closet, I had the idea to document everything, to show the before and after, show the decluttering journey, all of that. But unfortunately, I had some people in my life that gave me the wrong advice, that advised me against it. And then I also had my own internal limiting beliefs, so I didn't do it at that point. But ever since then, ever since 2015, the voice was kind of in my head, talking, whispering to me. And then I also remember the second time that I really was thinking seriously about starting a YouTube channel is in 2017, when we moved back to Slovenia, because that was again a really big change in my life, and also in my wardrobe. The weather was completely different here to the UK, and I had to make huge changes to my wardrobe, to my shopping and all of that, and I wanted to again document everything, show the before and after, all of that. But I still had the same advice. So I didn't do it. And then luckily in 2020, I listened to myself, I listened to my gut, and I created a channel. And I'm so happy that I did, because this little voice was actually my instinct, my gut instinct telling me to do it. And I'm so happy that I listened to it, because it really feels like YouTube is something that I'm supposed to do. And now to answer how I planned my YouTube. First thing that I already knew before I started everything is that I want to talk about minimalism, decluttering, and capsule wardrobes, because I had a blog 2 years before YouTube, and that was my main topic over there. So I just knew that I'm gonna continue on YouTube as well. As to how to create videos and what kind of videos and titles, all of that, I actually remember that I looked a lot at other YouTube channels that were giving advice on how to grow a YouTube channel, and I learned a lot from there. But then I also bought a course so I can really get more into depth, how the algorithm works, what kind of topics to pick, how to position yourself so you can grow your channel, which was really helpful. And in the beginning, it really helped my channel a lot. And then over time, when I had more videos, I also had more information in my own YouTube analytics on what people like, what they don't like, how long they will watch the video, if they click off, all of that useful data, so I could make further improvements. And pretty much when it comes to YouTube, you kind of have to keep experimenting and trying new things out and seeing how people respond. But at the same time, I think it's really important that you listen to yourself and do things that make you feel happy, because I think it shows on camera. This is just a quick answer for, you know, my YouTube journey. And now we can go through the style and decluttering questions. The first one is my style influences. When it comes to style influences, I have to admit that I didn't really have any people that I was inspired by their style, to be honest. I just dressed the way people around me dress. That was kind of the thing. If other people were wearing this, I was kind of wearing the same thing, and that was pretty much it. But then when we moved to the UK, I remember I noticed that people around me dressed very differently, and I was like, oh, there is more than one way to dress. And I started experimenting. For example, this was a while back. Now things are different here as well, but back then I remember you only wore summer dresses with summer sandals. No one around me wore anything different than sandals with summer dresses. But when I moved into the UK, I saw summer dresses with sneakers, and I was like, what? This is new. I love that. And now I wear sneakers with my dresses all of the time. But I remember those were kind of the changes that I was experiencing. So I pretty much gave myself permission to start combining pieces that I never combined before, because that's what I learned in the UK. So those were my style influences. I never really had anything in particular, but what I did have was closet influences. So when I was watching YouTube, I remember the Anna Edit, I remember Useless, I'm not sure if anything else, but those two channels in particular, I remember watching them and I was like, this is the closet that I want to have. They look stylish, they looked happy with their closet, they looked minimal, and I was like, I love the idea of having a small closet, but yet you still dress up, you look stylish, you feel good. Pretty much I didn't have style influences, but closet influences in a nutshell. Now I also got a question about my favorite color. And here I have two answers, because one is a practical answer and the other one is kind of just general, if that makes sense. But probably my favorite color, practically speaking, is black. I don't think anything comes close to it. I feel amazing in black. It's elegant, it looks polished, it looks put together, and most importantly, it's so easy to maintain. It doesn't get dirty, and I just love wearing black all of the time and I feel great in it. I know some people think it's gloomy, it's dark, it's depressing, but for me, I feel elegant and feminine and put together. I love it. So that would be my practical answer, because I have a color that I love even more, but I don't wear it as much because it doesn't make sense for my lifestyle, and that is color white, or I could even say off-white, which I know some people maybe expected a coral color or something, which I still love. My reds and pinks and oranges, I still love those very much. But if I'm talking about favorite color, I would say it's white, because when I wear white pieces, I just feel so expensive. Again, I feel elegant, I feel feminine, I feel put together. I just feel, I don't know, I feel amazing in a nutshell. And if I take it a step further and think about my favorite way to wear colors, my ideal scenario would be that I wear pretty much everything in white or off-white color. So white bottoms, tops, jackets, all of that. And then you have a colorful bag or colorful shoes or something like that. But for practical reasons, that's not always possible when it's raining, when it's cold, all of that. I think this is a really fun question, so I hope you enjoyed the answer. And then I also got a question how my life changed with decluttering and minimalism. Saying that minimalism changed my life, it's an understatement, because it had influence in every single area of my life. But I'm gonna tell you the biggest changes in my life and why I love it so much. I'm not sure if I told this story before, but when I started decluttering, we were actually in the middle of house hunting, because in the UK we were renting. We thought we're gonna be there for a long time, so we started house hunting and we were looking for a particular size house. But then of course you cannot just find a house in a second, and we kept looking and looking, and in the meantime I discovered minimalism and KonMari and all of that, and I started decluttering, and then my husband joined me and we decluttered and decluttered and decluttered, and we decluttered so much we actually had to change the size of the house that we're looking for, and we started looking for something a lot smaller. And that's really mind-blowing if you think about it, because yeah, we can talk about, okay, how many clothes you have. Does it really matter if you have a 1 meter closet or 2 meter closet, or one drawer of makeup or one chest of drawer of makeup? At the end of the day, it does, because you need the space to store all of these items. And when we decluttered, we actually could get a smaller house, which was a lot cheaper obviously. So that's something that I'm so happy that we did, because we realized we don't need that much space and we can have a smaller living area, and that's perfect for us. So that's the first big change. And then the second big change that happened in my life is actually I learned to say no. I used to be a huge people pleaser in the past, and that's again not a good thing. It's not even like a selfless thing. A lot of people think, oh, if you're a people pleaser, you're really nice and you just care about others. It's actually, if you look deeper, it's not really to do with other people, but it's more about to do with your own insecurities, and you're overcompensating and all of that. So yeah, long story short, I was a people pleaser and I didn't know how to say no back in the day, but minimalism taught me how to say no. No to activities I don't want to do. I learned to say no to people that I didn't enjoy their company, or with my career, I even said no to certain things that I thought I'm always gonna do, which I'm gonna explain more in my career question, but I always thought I'm gonna have a particular career, and minimalism gave me the courage to say no and try something new. And then the third thing is obviously my relationship with shopping, with style, which I talked about a million times before. But pretty much I would say I went from shopaholic to someone who shops mindfully, someone who was confused about their style to someone who knows their style very well. And yeah, someone who wasn't confident to someone who is confident. Because also with minimalism, when you start listening, okay, this is yes for me, this is no for me, this is something I want, this is something I don't want. When you really start listening to that, you really get to know yourself a lot better. And it's much easier to be your authentic self, if that makes sense, because you know who you truly are. And minimalism is like a little exercise helping you discover what is important to you. Now to my personal questions. I got this question a lot, and that is, do I have a job? Do I have a day job? What do I do? What I used to do? All of that. And I'm gonna give you a long answer because I think I have some fun history to share here. And I'm gonna start with the really exciting part of my career, my job and all of that. And that is that when I was 14, I joined a singing girl group in Slovenia, which if you're Slovenian, you already know this band. But ever since I was a little girl, I remember watching Britney Spears, and I think Beyonce or Destiny Child was back then. I was like, I wanna sing, I wanna sing, I wanna sing. So when I was 14, luckily my wish came true and I joined this little band. Now I know when I told people in the UK what the name of the band is, they were kind of like, no, that's not true, you're kidding me, because it sounds so naughty. But in Slovenia it's kind of an accepted thing. And here is our CD, so you can see for yourself. That's me in the middle with black hair. And then if I open it, we have the CD and the little poster. I can show you more if you're curious. Again, this is me right here and the two girls beside me, and then we also have a picture at the back. We were inspired by Rebelde because at that point Rebelde was huge in Europe. This is such a nice little memory, but that's something that I do until I was 18, because at 18 some life things happened. So I kind of had to leave the group, but I'm still very grateful that I was a part of it. It was a nice experience and I learned so much. Also, if you want to see our music videos and songs, you can check on YouTube. But I want to just mention that we were actually the second generation. So there is actually a group before us with the same name. They had different songs. So you're gonna see different people, if that makes sense. But yeah, I just wanted to quickly share it in case you're curious. But this is how my singing career started. And when I left for a while, I needed some time to work on myself because, like I said, I have some personal things going on. And then when I kind of got out of it, I wanted to continue pursuing my singing career, my solo singing career. That's why I moved to the UK, because I had a producer there and we had actually really great plans. I had so much support. It was really nice. But at the end of the day, I kind of said no to that. And with maturity, I kind of realized that even though I love performing and recording songs and music videos, I love music videos, even though I love those things, the lifestyle that singing brings, it's not really what I see myself doing. I don't think a day-to-day of a singer, it's really something that I'm excited about. Whereas YouTube, that I'm doing right now, it just feels really for me, for my personality, for my lifestyle. I'm really excited about the lifestyle that having a YouTube channel brings. So I think YouTube kind of replaced my singing ambitions, and this is now my new baby, my new passion that I'm so excited about. And then less excitingly, when I was pursuing the singing and all of that, I also had other, what I would say, jobs that I did not because I was necessarily passionate about them, but because I needed to make money. So I was a dance teacher in the past, I was a graphic designer, I also did some web design, and then I also did one-on-one coaching because my life was kind of, you know, complicated, turbulent, which I know a lot of people experience that. And that helped me grow and learn a lot about the human mind and the psychology, and I just improved my life so much. So I also did coaching for a while to share my experience and to help other people get where they want to be. So I would say that I can divide my jobs into passion. So I would say singing, and then YouTube would be my passions, and then all of these other things I did to kind of, you know, make money and to help support myself. So yeah, I hope that answers everything. And if you're curious about right now, I am full-time on YouTube. In the last year, I managed to make the transition. And the reason for that is because I live in Slovenia, but I make videos in English. As you can see, I love talking. And when you give me such amazing questions, I just get carried away. But now we're finally at the last question. And that is, what are my plans for the next 5 years? First thing I pretty much already answered, and that is with my YouTube channel, I want to continue working on it, elevate my quality and also quantity, and also hire an editor so I can truly build an amazing brand for myself. And then something else that I can see myself doing in the next 5 years is writing a workbook or a book, something that would guide you. I kind of want to go from a point, if I would come to your home and we would go through steps to help you organize your closet, declutter it, find your style, all of that. I want to have a book or a workbook that replicates the process so you can do it for yourself, by yourself. And that is something that I've been thinking about ever since I started a YouTube channel, but I just haven't gotten around to it because YouTube is so time consuming. I was really focused on that. But yeah, in 5 years, if I get more help with YouTube, I can definitely see myself doing that as well. Now for my personal goals, one that is really important to me for this year is improving and healing my relationship with food, because when I was a teenager, I got so many negative comments about my body that I really started becoming self-conscious, and I started restricting a lot. And then of course I binged, because if you restrict, then it has to come out on the other side. But luckily in the UK, a long time ago, I stopped doing that. I sorted that out. I was working on myself, and I'm really proud of that. But one thing that was kind of left, kind of residue, is emotional eating. So when I'm stressed, overwhelmed, I feel helpless, I reach to food to help me feel better, which, yeah, the food shouldn't be our therapist. That is something that I already started working on in 2024. I read so many books on these topics, and I actually have two that I really recommend. The first one is When Food is Comfort, which I have to admit I only read 67% of this book, but that is because at the end I just felt it was repeating itself, and I kind of got the message already. But the message itself, it's really powerful. For me, it was really important, and that is that we all have to develop our inner nurturer. But then the second one that I read 100%, and that it's probably my favorite book on emotional eating, that I recommend anyone to read it, and that is Life is Hard, Food is Easy. And this one I read at the end of October or beginning of November, something like that. So it's still fresh in my mind. And it's brilliant. I just love it. It explains so much. And because I read both of these books at the end of last year, I'm so excited for this year to see the impact they're gonna have. They already changed my life so much. I already think about food so much differently, about my emotions so much differently. And I'm so excited about this year, because maybe you've noticed on my YouTube channel, maybe not, the weight fluctuations, they kind of go up and down just a little bit. And I just hate that when I feel stressed, I lose control over food or something. I don't like that. And at the end of the day, when I reach for food, it doesn't make me feel good. I feel bloated, I feel lethargic, I feel slow, I feel awful. So I'm so excited for 2025. I was a little bit more personal here, but hey, we're honest here. And then the last thing that I want to kind of do in the next 5 years is I want to have more fun experiences, because to be honest, when I moved back to Slovenia from the UK, I kind of craved peace and quiet for a while. I was still figuring myself out. I was processing so many things in my life, but now I feel just a little bit more settled with my YouTube. I feel more stable with what I'm doing, and I feel I'm ready to be a lot more social, to go outside a lot more, and to just have more fun, be more spontaneous, because that was something that was kind of, you know, lacking in my previous years. I know it's not very specific goal, but I'm gonna go, you know, year by year and see what comes up. So these are probably my biggest goals for the next 5 years. And of course, when things change in my life, I'm gonna add new goals, but for now, this is it. Thank you so much for submitting the questions and for watching and supporting this channel. Like I said before, it means the world to me because this truly is my passion. So thank you so much. And as always, I'm so happy that you stopped by, and I will see you next time.